Good morning, wonderful educators. I'm thrilled to welcome you all to this crucial training module, Observations and Reporting in Early Childhood Development. On the next few slides, our focus will be on sharpening one of the most vital tools in your teaching arsenal, the art and science of observing and reporting on our young learners.
As you know, this training is proudly hosted by Nxt College, also known as NNC, operating under the Sifiso Learning Group, founded by Dr. Sizwe Nxasana and Dr. Judy Dlamini. NNC's mission is to bridge the gap between learners and educators by revolutionizing teacher education. We do this through an innovative blended learning environment, which combines the flexibility of online study with impactful practical sessions like this one. We test our methodologies in our own future nation schools, ensuring that what we teach is current, proven, and effective in the real-world ECD setting.
Now the heart of the matter, observations and reporting in ECD. Think for a moment. Why do we observe children? It's not just to see if they're playing nicely. It is about becoming an educational detective. It's about looking beyond the surface. Observation is the window into the child's mind. It's how we truly understand their unique journey of learning and development. The report is simply the formal, objective documentation of what that window shows us. Without accurate observation, our teaching is guesswork. With it, our teaching is intentional, precise, and profoundly impactful. Throughout this module, we will be covering 5 key areas that will elevate your skills as an educator. Tracking developmental milestones. We must first know the map before we can track the journey. We'll refresh our knowledge on what to expect at each age and stage. How and what to observe. This is the practical side, the techniques, the objectivity, and the tools you need to gather meaningful data. Planning appropriate activities. How do we take the data we collect and use it to create a curriculum that is responsive, engaging, and perfectly suited to each child's needs? Facilitating early intervention. We are the first line of support. We'll discuss how to identify and respond to potential developmental concerns early and effectively. Providing a record for transition. The observation report becomes a crucial, comprehensive document that ensures a seamless progression for the child to the next grade or school. Are we ready to begin? Let's start with the fundamental map. Developmental milestones are essentially the guideposts on a child's journey. They are the abilities that most children achieve by a certain age. When we observe, we are measuring our little learner against this map. Critically, these milestones are not just one single thing. They are grouped into 5 interconnected developmental domains. Physical, motor skills. This includes both gross motor skills, the big movements like running, jumping, and climbing, and fine motor skills, which involve precision, like holding a crayon, stacking blocks, or buttoning a shirt. Cognitive. This is how children think, learn, and problem solve. It involves their ability to remember, follow instructions, understand cause and effect, and pretend play. Language and communication. This is not just about talking, it's about receptive language, what they understand, and expressive language, what they can say, babble, or communicate non-verbally. Social and emotional. This covers how they interact with others and manage their own feelings. Think about sharing, turn-taking, showing empathy, and regulating their emotions when frustrated. Self-help/adaptive skills. These are the skills of independence. Can they feed themselves? Can they dress themselves? Can they manage their toileting needs? These skills are a huge source of pride and confidence for a young child. As effective observers, we must be looking across all 5 domains during every interaction, because a challenge in one area often impacts the others. Key qualities of an effective ECD practitioner who supports holistic development comprise of a strong practitioner who knows child development and diverse learning needs, meaning they apply skills in observation, assessment, planning, and facilitation of developmentally appropriate activities. They must behave with patience, empathy, professionalism, and a commitment to continuous learning, and believe in the potential of every child, valuing inclusive, play-based learning and cultural diversity. Finally, they must show these values through practice by creating safe, stimulating environments, collaborating with families, and providing rich learning experiences that support children's physical, cognitive, social, and emotional growth. Moving on to the how of observation. The most important rule, the foundation of all reliable reporting, is to be objective and non-judgmental. What does this mean in practice? It means we describe what the child does rather than what we think. For example, a non-objective statement is, Nomusa is angry and refuses to share. This is a judgment and an interpretation of her feeling. An objective statement is, Nomusa's face was scrunched, she stomped her foot, and she pulled the red block away from Sipho, saying, mine. We report the facts, the actions, and the direct quotes. We leave interpretation for the analysis section. To do this effectively, we rely on various methods. Anecdotal records, short descriptive accounts of a specific event or interaction, usually written after the fact. Running records, detailed minute-by-minute accounts of everything a child does and says over a set period, written as the event unfolds. Checklists and rating scales, quick tools used to track the presence or frequency of specific skills or behaviors against a predetermined list of milestones. Remember, the goal is to capture the child's story, not write a police report. Use active verbs and rich detail to bring the moment to life. This slide is where our hard work from observation pays off. It's the link between data and action. Observation is useless if it doesn't inform our planning of appropriate activities. We plan intentionally to achieve 3 main outcomes. Encourage active engagement. Well-planned activities are interesting and age-appropriate. They are the kind of activities that keep children focused, curious, and motivated to learn. If a child is observed to be fascinated by textures, we intentionally plan a sensory table activity to build on that interest. Build a strong foundation for future learning. Early experiences literally shape a child's brain development. Our quality activities are the building blocks that help children develop the skills they need for future school readiness. Not just reading and writing, but focus, self-regulation, and problem-solving. Enables effective observations and assessment. When our activities have a clear purpose, say, a puzzle station designed to target fine motor skills, it makes it much easier for us to monitor a child's progress, identify their strengths, pinpoint their challenges, and plan the very next step in their learning journey. It creates a cycle. Observe, plan, act, observe again. Our final observation report is more than just a list of skills. It is a precious document for the next teacher, for the child's family, and for the child themselves. It becomes a record for transition, a full picture of the whole child. What must it contain? Developmental summary. This is your holistic, narrative overview of the child's growth and progress across all those 5 domains we discussed. It should paint a complete picture of the child's strengths, any challenges, and their unique learning needs at that point in time. Learning style and interest. Understanding how a child learns best, whether they are a visual learner, a hands-on kinesthetic learner, or a listener, is essential. Knowing their interests, like dinosaurs or dramatic play, helps the next educator create engaging, meaningful, and effective learning experiences from day one. Behavior and personal traits. This section includes their temperament, qualities like shyness, outgoingness, or energy levels, which influences their social interactions. It also details their crucial social skills, such as their ability to engage in group play, share, or take turns. Support needs, if any. This is the most sensitive and important part. We must clearly and respectfully document any learning or developmental concerns we have observed, and most importantly, what support strategies have worked effectively in your classroom. This ensures continuity of support. Our role as an ECD teacher extends into the realm of early intervention. We are the eyes and ears on the ground. When a potential concern arises, we have 2 main areas of responsibility. 1. Create an inclusive, supportive environment. Adapt activities. We must know how to adapt activities for children with any special or unique needs, making the curriculum accessible to everyone. Use tools. Utilize visuals, established routines, and sensory tools to support all learners, especially those who may struggle with transitions or focusing. Encourage peer support. Foster a culture where children support and interact positively with one another. 2. Build strong relations with parents and caregivers. Share observations respectfully. This is a conversation, not a diagnosis. Share your factual observations and concerns clearly and with genuine respect for the family. Encourage open communication. Make it safe for parents to share what they notice at home. They often see things first, and their insight is invaluable. Educate families. Share information about typical developmental milestones and emphasize when and why they should seek professional help or specialized screening. This partnership is the most effective form of early intervention. Now, let's take a look at the image which demonstrates how and what to observe in your classroom. In an early childhood classroom, learning is happening all the time. Observe children as they play, explore, and interact with others. Short notes and anecdotal records help capture meaningful moments of growth. Photos and videos provide visual evidence of learning in action. Developmental checklists help track progress across key areas of development. And regular conversations with families ensure learning is shared, understood, and supported at home. Through careful observation and thoughtful reporting, we build a clear picture of each child's unique learning journey. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the 5 domains of milestones to the critical steps of observation, planning, documentation, and intervention. Before we conclude, I want to open the floor. This is your time. Write down, what are your initial thoughts on the objectivity of observation? Do you have any specific tools or techniques you use in your classroom that you'd like to share with your colleagues? Are there any challenges you face in reporting to parents or caregivers that we can briefly discuss?